I recently went down to the Romney headquarters, the GOP headquarters. Romney has not secured the nomination yet. I think it's awful presumptuous that they're picking VPs and everything else like that before they've even gone to the convention in Tampa. Nevertheless, I decided to find out what is it that the supporters know about their candidates' stand on very important issues, and found out that they don't really know anything. So as you'll see from the following video clips, that wow, we're in a mess and people better wake up.
Okay, here we go. We're about to head into the Republican Victory Center. So bear with the shakiness once again. We're going to be in pocket cam mode. Hi.
This is the guy. Yes, sir. I'm a bit of an undecided voter myself here. What makes this guy good? Tell me. Why should I vote for this fellow?
He's going to lower taxes. He's going to limit the scope of government. Got to get it out of your life.
Really?
Yes, sir.
How's he on this Second Amendment?
Second Amendment, he's good on guns.
I mean, he doesn't any longer support the ban on semi-automatic guns?
Don't believe so, but you can check his website for.
I support background checks for people who are going into a store or whatever and buying a weapon. I want them to have a background check to make
but
sure.
But you stand by your support of the Brady
to make sure that the crazies don't buy guns.
We can make certain that those who are mentally deranged are not getting hold of handguns.
Law-abiding private United States citizens.
Law-abiding gun owners all across America.
Does he stand on the N.D.A.A.? I'm curious about that.
I honestly can't tell you.
Really?
I don't know every.
Because that calls for the indefinite detention of American citizens without due process.
Yes, it does.
I mean, Obama said he wouldn't sign it. Right after he get in, he signed it. I mean,
the National Defense Authorization Act.
Announcing a radical new claim of presidential power that is not afforded by the Constitution and that has never been attempted in American history.
It gives the military the power to indefinitely detain American citizens suspected, just suspected, not convicted.
President Obama, on New Year's Eve, signed the National Defense Authorization Act. Gee, I wonder why he did it then. Obviously taking a lot of heat for it.
It seems to me the Fourth Amendment in this case has really just been thrown out the window.
Governor Romney, as president, would you have signed the National Defense Act as written?
Yes, I would have, and I do believe that it's appropriate.
He's against abortion, I take it.
Yes.
How about the sanctions or putting other countries under siege? Like Iran, because they don't agree, they don't comply with our will, or Syria because the media wants to.
Sir, I'm not a policy expert. I honestly don't know. I can point you to some of his literature.
This administration has systematically imposed the toughest sanctions on Iran ever.
We're going to put a lot tougher sanctions on Iran, economic sanctions, credit sanctions.
And applying the toughest sanctions that Iran's ever experienced.
Put in place crippling sanctions against Iran.
Well, yeah, I was running through the literature. I was just hoping to hear it from maybe some people that are wholeheartedly into it, because
not a policy wonk, unfortunately.
Wow. So I would hope that if he's going against Obama, that he would be against the indiscriminate drone strikes that we're doing and putting other countries under siege because they won't bow to our will over some perceived idea. I mean, these are things that really matter. What's his position on I've never heard anybody say anything. The charter on the Federal Reserve will be up next year. Do we plan on renewing that charter, or are we going to go back to a currency where we won't have to have somebody issuing us our own currency at an interest rate? You know, I mean, that's what's caused us to get into this inflation bubble that we're in right now. It's about to burst. Here we're going to go back to our
What kind of job is Ben Bernanke doing right now? The guy's depreciating the dollar. We're seeing this huge inflation of energy prices, including gasoline prices at the pump. What do you think of Ben Bernanke?
Well, you know, I think Ben Bernanke is a student of monetary policy.
Yeah, but the falling dollar is absolutely crucial to many of the things that ail us. You know, the consumer price index is jumping. People are furious at the rise in gasoline.
No question.
It's not all Bernanke, but a lot of it's Bernanke.
You're saying
should the chairman of the Federal Reserve be appointed again?
You know, I think he's doing a good job.
You do?
Yes, I do. He's a pretty skilled expert at dealing with recessions and depressions and studying how you avoid depressions.
As an expert on the causes of the Great Depression,
And he's done a pretty effective job keeping us from having a total financial meltdown.
I'm sure Ben never imagined that he would be part of a team responsible for preventing another.
Do you think he should be reappointed?
I do.
And that is why I am reappointing him to another term as chairman of the Federal Reserve.
And I think it's important to have the Fed as an independent agency.
I don't think it's good policy for the president or a president-elect to second-guess the Fed, which is an independent body.
How is he on this healthcare issue?
He's going to repeal Obamacare.
But wasn't he the author of originally, in Massachusetts?
On a state level, not a federal level.
But I mean, still, even there, isn't that kind of presumptuous to make other people? Suppose I don't want health care at all, right? I don't want any health care. Say I'm a person that goes out and eats roots out of my garden, and that's what I depend on. Yet somebody, a statist, comes in with their enforcers at the barrel of a gun, make me have to get into this type of a situation.
Mitt Romney's for smaller government on state and local levels, as opposed to a large federal government. So it's more, you have better relationships with your state and local leaders. They represent a smaller group of people than a senator who's responsible for a state. So he is for if a locality or if a state wants to do something, then that's their decision. But on the federal level,
I want universal coverage. I want everyone in Massachusetts and in this country to have insurance.
And if you don't want to buy insurance, then you have to help pay for the cost of the state picking up your bill, because under federal law, if someone doesn't have insurance, then we have to care for them in the hospitals, give them free care. So we said no more free riders. And we took that on in Massachusetts. We decided we wanted to get everybody insured. We've done that. I understand that the president considers his plan in some respects following the model of Massachusetts. Let's learn from our experience.
In fact, I agree with Mitt Romney, who recently said he's proud of what he accomplished on health care.
But I mean, here's this big Fast and Furious scandal, this debacle. I mean, this is bigger than Watergate, and I was alive during Watergate. I remember it. Okay, and why hasn't he said anything? I mean, I swear to God, if I was running against somebody and they pulled that big of a boffo, my God, I would be over it like a duck on a June bug, man. I'd be dropping that like every chance I got, bringing it up, And I'm wondering, why is he being so quiet about it? I mean, if I'm going to get somebody that's going to go in there and knock down what's going on right now, I want somebody that's going to go in there for the fight and go in there to win. Go in there to take over some stuff, and say, hey, this is wrong. You do not have your right to impose your will on other countries or on the American people. I mean, that's what I'm after right there, not just somebody who's going to... I mean, if I'm seeing him roll over like this during a campaign, how's he going to roll over and bend to PACs and special interest groups and things like that? That's what scares the heck out of me. I don't want to just vote for Romney because he's not Obama. I mean, let's get realistic. I could put Stalin up there and he's not Obama, but I'm not going to vote for him. You see what I'm getting at? I don't know. I mean, this whole, what about the transparency on the Fed? I mean, Ron Paul's audit the Fed bill passed overwhelmingly in the House. Of course, it's going to stall in the Senate. We already know that. But I mean, would he support something like that? Be able to look in? I mean, here's a private bank.
I believe
that nobody can say anything or look or nothing else like that.
Ron, he already said he was for the Fed bill. Yeah.
Well,
and I think it's important to have the Fed as an independent agency.
I don't think it's good policy for the president or a president-elect to second-guess the Fed, which is an independent body.
Now, I understand Ron Paul just got a fifth state.
I'm pretty sure Ron Paul
got a fifth state, Nevada.
Did he drop out and back Romney? No, he didn't.
Not officially, he has not, no. He has never backed Romney. His son, Rand, who is not Rand did, and much to the chagrin of many supporters because of the fact that Romney does stand for a lot of things that are not in a libertarian interest. In other words, a freedom movement type interest. And then when I hear that the main delegation they want the former Ron Paul delegates to sign an actual affidavit, which is this is unprecedented, supporting Romney, or else they won't be seated at the convention in Tampa. I'm real kind of curious about that. It's having all the earmarks of. I'm wondering, is there dirty politics going on in the background?
Politics is never a clean job, but I would trust this party more than the Democrats.
Better. Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, is it like I said before, because it's the lesser of two evils? That's the lesser of two evils will still be evil.
Let's think about Congress as well. Even if Romney is some terrible guy, and let's say he gets elected, he's worse than Obama. Well, he still has to go through the Congress and Senate, which could possibly change and be totally good. You know what I'm saying? You can get like Ron Paul type people in Congress that can outnumber the liberals who want to destroy. I'm not saying Romney is going to destroy America.
I do see that a lot of it. I'll tell you what. I found a video clip just recently that shows the stance of Mitt Romney a few years back in comparison to Obama's stances now, and they're identical. I mean, they are identical. He was for a ban on semi-automatic weapons. He was for abortion. He authored a socialistic medicine healthcare bill. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what other than him not being Obama. I mean, like you say, if we get more people like Ron Paul in, well, hell, why don't I get Ron Paul in for president? I mean, that would be the way to do it, to really get the freedom movement to actually, hey, get out of my life in every aspect. That's what I'm wondering. Well, you all wouldn't have to know where I could go find some Ron Paul stickers or anything, would you?
He doesn't have an office in Harrisonburg.
He doesn't have one, but I mean, he was on the Republican ticket. Y'all don't have.
Was.
You don't have none of the signs left over?
No.
No? All right. Well, I might be able to find some secondhand. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too.
See, the Republicans are no better than the Democrats. They don't even know what they believe. The funniest thing that I see about this entire deal here is that we've been to both camps, and here are people volunteering their time and their efforts without even knowing any of the crucial issues that are facing America today or what their candidate's stance on it is. It's sad. Very, very sad.